joining me. I'm going to do just another small segment of a couple of my one of my other members here, and I so encourage any of you that want to do this for me. If you feel inspired to read something from the Infinite Way that inspires you, so welcome it. But this is another recording here, so beautiful. Enjoy.
Good morning. Hi, JP. How are you? I'm reading The Infinite Way. I just want to share with you. It's quite interesting as I reread it how many mistakes I've been making. Faith is an activity of consciousness, just as much so as integrity. Faith is always present in you, even though, like integrity, it may be dormant. The recognition and acknowledgement of the omnipresence of faith as an activity of individual consciousness starts the flow of it into visible and tangible effect. Faith is a quality of God, not of man. Well, that explains that. But as a quality of God, it is present in all its fullness. Do not expect the power of God to function in the dream, but rather to break the dream. Do not contact God to adjust, change, or heal the dream. The understanding or awareness of God breaks the dream. To know that one has been functioning in the dream is the beginning of the awakening. True non-resistance is the ability not to expect God to function in the dream. This does not mean that one lives without God, but rather one finds his life to be eternally in God. To refrain from seeking the help of God is to be functioning in reality. That's a mind blower. To refrain from seeking the help of God is to be functioning in reality. No longer reaching out to God, no longer seeking God's help is to be awakening out of the dream into reality. Whenever there is a sense of needing God, one is functioning in the dream. Huge mistake I've been making. God is not power in the sense of power over evil. God is not power in any sense involving battle or over. That is, God is not power in any sense involving battle. That is, overcoming or destroying. God is life, God is love, God is, and nothing else is. Do not be concerned about your relationships with people. Consciously maintain your relationship with God, and this will take care of everything else. Keep your realization of your relationship with God sacred and secret. This relationship, maintained in silence and secrecy, appears outwardly as harmonious human relationships. God is the cement between you and your brothers and sisters of the human, animal, vegetable, and mineral families. When thought dwells on person, place, or thing, you're functioning in the dream. And when your thoughts unite in spiritual contemplation, every person, place, or thing becomes a spiritual delight. The two great commandments are cosmic law. Thou shalt have no other God or power. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Cast your bread upon the waters. For by strength shall no man prevail. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries. These things we perceive with the five senses are objects of mind, no relationship to truth. All appearances are sense objects, not of God. All that is objectively witnessed must be understood to be mental images or mind projections, never reality. The reality underlies the sense formation, but is discerned only by spiritual consciousness. The sense world, human experience, here's a good one, takes place in time and space, and this in itself precludes it being spiritual. The sense world, human experience, takes place in time and space, and this in itself precludes its being spiritual. If it takes place in time and space, do not accept it at its appearance, but search deeper in the realm of the soul. I have no idea why my children call me when I'm talking to you. Ciao, 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 ciao. Much love.
And yes, Jacomina, no worries. We all have interruptions, but we can always look through them. And I was going to play one other one from her. It's right here.
Good morning. Hi, JP. Jacomina here. I was inspired by your latest video, The Father Which Seeth in Secret, Side 1. These words, starting at the 18-minute point, may I please share back with you. They are my inspiration for my life. He, when we speak of he, we're speaking, of course, of Jesus. In order for him to give up all that we have thought was dear, all he had to do was know the truth. He had to know the non-reality of matter. He had to know that what God had not created had no existence. He had to accept immortality. He had to learn that God is not in time, is not in space. He had to learn that God did not create human beings. He had to learn there was a divine image and likeness wherever a human being stood. He had to learn to sow to that image and likeness. And he found something priceless to work with. He found divine love. And whatever he as a man could not do, he discovered that divine love was doing. It could lift him above his human self. It was as if he was running, and beside him was a train. And he ran, and he ran, and he ran. He never got to where he had to go. And then he became tired, and he had to run some more because his destination was far away. But all the while, there was this train, and then in a flash of insight, he learned that all he had to do was to stop running and get on the train, and it would carry him. He found the river of love, and everywhere he looked not with human eyes anymore, but with an acceptance of love quite different from any kind of love the world had known. It was an impartial love, a free-flowing, unquestioning love, an unselfish love. It was a human love, but it was not a human love. It asked for nothing in return. It recognized the divinity of every man. It loved its neighbor as itself, and whenever the human might fail, the realization of that, all-presence divine love would become an inspiring, overpowering power to remove the illusion that the material consciousness had placed there. There was a single-pointed purpose, and it was this, the only religion that could ever be on this earth. One religion, the will of God. There was no other religion in his heart, And following that will of God, the human self, the false image and likeness, was overcome. We are to be resurrected from the false image and likeness of God. Our resurrection parallels his. He taught us that you are not resurrected after death, but that you are resurrected in your present lifespan from the false sense of self, and that only when you have made this your one goal, to be perfect as your Father, to live, to abide, to dwell, to single-pointedly hold yourself only in God, in spirit, in oneness with the infinite self, permitting no second will, no personal judgments, no human self. Only through that total dedication do we come to the place where the Spirit can say to us, "This day I have begotten thee." It has been proven futile to worship the resurrected Jesus, for there never was any. The dropping away of that which is not, and the revelation of that which is the divine child, that is resurrection. When Adam is no more, and Christ stands revealed, when you are aware that you are the divine Son, aware that you are the protected Spirit of the Father, aware that all the Father hath is thine, aware that no man on earth is your father, or ever was, for Spirit is your Father, and as you realize, and as you, there's a typo here, realizing, trusting your Father, trusting the Spirit to be governing its being, where you stand, you will experience the real immaculate conception. Amen. Thank you. Love and blessings. And it's so beautiful that I'm actually going to have to rewind and read it again and again and again. It's that single-pointed goal that we probably should all have, that I aspire to, and I certainly see you do. And there, at this point in my resurrection, there is nothing else but to go forward towards that one-pointed, focused goal. And you asked where I am at? That's where I'm at. Jelly Cat, ciao ciao from Raining City, Vancouver here. All is well. Ciao ciao.
Just thought.
Yes, thank you, Jacomina. And of course, the others that have sent me in, I'll be getting those out as well. But just continued blessings and knowing that it's through this inspiration of the now that we all feel that presence and we share it with the world, as I'm showing you my backdrop, of course, from Google. So appreciate all their photos and all the photographers that took those. But yeah, that infinite way, as Joel teaches us, of seeing that clearly in our consciousness, that it is the only true substance, that we live in it and move and have our being. So hope you enjoy and look forward to talking with you on the next one. Blessings to all those joining me from around the world. Appreciate it.